Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Familiar name emerges as frontrunner for Lakers coaching vacancy, report. There is a new leader in the clubhouse to become the Los Angeles Lakers' next head coach after Dan Hurley spurned the historic franchise to remain in the collegiate ranks. The frontrunner as of Saturday, June 15, is a familiar name, that of former NBA player and current ESPN broadcaster/podcaster J.J. Redick, who has held the moniker of frontrunner for the Lakers' job once already over the last several weeks. Redick took a back seat to Hurley after a report from ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, which indicated that Hurley was LA's coach of choice and that an offer was forthcoming. However, Los Angeles flipped the script back a few pages after Hurley declined a $70 million offer over 6 years. Timothy Rapp of Bleacher Report on Saturday cited a report from Mark Stein, in which a league source told Stein that the Lakers are more than likely going to hire Redick. It would appear that J.J. Redick is firmly in the driver's seat for the Los Angeles Lakers head coaching position, Rapp wrote. A source close to the process told NBA insider Mark Stein, "You know who is getting the job," seemingly referencing J.J. Redick. J.J. Redick calls an NBA game between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. Redick already interviewed with the Lakers once several months ago, though Wojnarowski reported on Thursday that he would do so again following the call of Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the Dallas Mavericks and Boston Celtics. Redick, an ESPN NBA analyst who played 15 years in the league, had a 90-plus minute visit with Lakers Vice President and General Manager Rob Pelinka last month at the Chicago Draft Combine, Wojnarowski wrote. Now, a trip to Los Angeles will go far deeper into detail on the job, and the meetings will include Pelinka and owner Jeannie Buss, sources said. Assuming that meeting goes, or went, well, Redick should have the inside track simply because of the developments between the Cleveland Cavaliers and another hot head coaching candidate in James Borrego. Borrego's apparent lead in the Cleveland search could end up leaving Redick as the only top-tier candidate left on the Lakers' list that they have a clear shot at, according to Stein's Saturday report. Borrego was the head coach of the Charlotte Hornets for 4 seasons between 2018 to 22. He worked with the San Antonio Spurs before that as an assistant and served as an assistant with the New Orleans Pelicans last season. Seemingly another in for Redick with the Lakers is his existing business relationship with star LeBron James. Redick and James co-host a podcast together entitled Mind the Game, which the duo debuted earlier this year. James has said recently that he has no say in who the Lakers ultimately hire to run their sideline. However, James can opt out of the final year of his contract this summer, which gives him maximum leverage not only to get the deal he wants and to try and bring his son onto the roster via the draft, but also to gain input on who his next head coach will be, assuming he doesn't already have it. Warriors Stephen Curry drops eye-opening take on LeBron James' leadership. There have been a lot of individuals in LeBron James' rogues gallery. It started with the Tim Duncan-led San Antonio Spurs all the way to Nikola Jokic's Denver Nuggets. However, one adversary will be more of a staple when fans look back at his career more than others. The Golden State Warriors had the greatest collection of offensive weapons, and they dominated the league for over a decade. Their cornerstone star, Stephen Curry, will always be seen as the main adversary in the Cleveland Cavaliers legend's career even when he moved to the Los Angeles Lakers. Stephen Curry and LeBron James were a matchup made to shatter basketball history. It was the promised chosen one who earned the title back in high school and the elite sharpshooter capable of changing the game while climbing his way up from Davidson. The Warriors guard loved to move without the ball, while the Cavaliers and Lakers great was most effective with it. Stephen Curry's most iconic on-court moment was a heave from near half-court, while LeBron James was a block to come back from 3-0. The most glaring difference is that Stephen Curry has gone on to stay with the Warriors. Meanwhile, LeBron James is one of the biggest proponents and catalysts for player movement. It was unheard of that a superstar would explore options outside of the team that drafted him prior to his Miami Heat move. Regardless of this on-court animosity, Stephen Curry knew that giving LeBron James his flowers would not be so hard. He even outlined how they could even be very lethal together on the same team, albeit with some reservations. The Warriors guard noted it in his latest podcast episode, via Heat Check. Everybody just talked about his ability to lift those around him. I heard he's like a light-hearted type of guy. Always wants to have fun. Maybe we'll get that, not in the NBA, but maybe on a Team USA type vibe. These two have always been on the opposite sides of the court in coin. But, this does not mean that the Warriors star has no amount of love for the veteran entering his 22nd year of NBA ball. After all, these two have faced each other a combined 52 times in the regular season and in the playoffs. While this rivalry has been ongoing for over a decade, the Warriors star has maintained the upper hand in terms of entries in the win column. Curry has won 29 games to James' 23, but the Lakers and Cavaliers legend can still catch up if he sweeps their season series against the Warriors and have a postseason clash with one another. The Warriors legend also has the upper hand in steals with his 1.6 average per night. James, on the other hand, has more points, rebounds, assists, and blocks throughout their clashes. This rivalry is all but done as these two have shown a great deal of longevity. But, fans will be in for a treat because they will team up for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Jimmy Butler hints at trade to Lakers via cryptic comment. After leading the Miami Heat to the NBA Finals last year, Jimmy Butler failed to have as much luck this time around. He sprained his MCL in the Heat's play-in game against the Philadelphia 76ers this year, rendering him unable to play the rest of the way. Now, perhaps a trade could be coming. His Heat were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs at the hands of the Boston Celtics, the team that Miami got the best of last year. As a result, he has been able to experience much more free time from the outside looking in. And one of the ways Butler has been blowing off steam was in the form of watching a WNBA game. Specifically, Butler was in Los Angeles to watch the Sparks take on the Dallas Wings. During the game, he was interviewed and revealed that he has been spending a lot of time in the LA area since his off-season began. "I'm doing a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't be doing," said Butler. "Trying to stay out the way. Being in LA as much as possible because I realize the Sparks are great, the LA team is really good. The Sparks are building something new." When asked about Cameron Brink, the Sparks star player, Butler responded with a cryptic comment that could be hinting at a potential alternate future of his. "For some reason, 22 looks good in purple and gold," he said. Butler was referencing Brink, who wears number 22 in the Sparks' purple and gold colors. But Butler himself also wears 22 for the Heat, and of course, the Sparks are modeled off of the Los Angeles Lakers, who also sport purple and gold. It is therefore possible that Butler was hinting at a potential trade to the Lakers with that comment. Butler currently has 2 years left on his contract with the Heat. But rumors of him being traded have opened up in recent weeks, especially after a feud between he and Heat president Pat Riley spawned. Butler has been the conversation of trade over the past few weeks, especially after the Philadelphia 76ers revealed they would be willing to offer Butler a max contract should he want out of Miami. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, their championship window may be closing as LeBron James reaches the end of his career. They could view Butler as the final piece to go all in before their current era closes. The 34-year-old Butler averaged 20.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 5 assists this past season. He shot 49.9% from the field and 41.4% from the three-point range. Playoff Jimmy could certainly serve as a boost to a contending team that acquires him, should the Heat trade him. But only time will tell whether or not that happens. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.